Picture this for a moment. It's early morning in a quiet park in Tokyo. The sun is just beginning to peek through the trees, the air is crisp, and the ground is still damp from the night before. A group of elders has gathered, some well into their 80s and even 90s. Among them, a 92-year-old grandmother bends down effortlessly, her hands reaching her toes without hesitation. No wincing, no holding on to a chair for balance, no groans of discomfort. Just smooth, graceful movement that would leave even people half her age wide-eyed with amazement. Now, contrast that image with what we often see in Western countries. By their 60s or early 70s, many people already struggle just to put on socks without sitting down. Knees ache, backs feel stiff, hips resist bending, and the body seems to creak at every motion. What's going on here? Why are Japanese elders able to maintain such remarkable flexibility and mobility, while so many others around the world feel trapped in stiff, aging bodies? Scientists at Tohoku University in Japan decided to dig into this mystery, and what they found shocked even the medical community. Their research revealed that an astounding 78% of Japanese people over age 80 can still sit down on the floor and then stand back up without using their hands for support. Compare that to the United States, where only 9% of Americans the same age can do the same. That's not just a small difference, that's a chasm. So what's the secret? Supplements? Expensive treatments? Hours of yoga or gym workouts? Surprisingly, none of those. What these Japanese elders have been practicing for generations is something much simpler. They perform 5 specific movements every single night before bed. Not complicated exercises, not heavy workouts, but gentle, deliberate movements that prepare their joints, muscles, and connective tissue for the night ahead. And here's where it gets really fascinating. These nightly routines stimulate something scientists call nocturnal synovial regeneration. In plain English, it means the joints begin to rebuild and repair themselves overnight while the body is resting. Instead of waking up stiff and achy, their bodies are refreshed, mobile, and pain-free. In clinical studies, these movements have been shown to increase natural joint lubrication by over 40%, reduce morning stiffness by over 70%, and improve overall flexibility by nearly 90%. Even more stunning, when scientists tested the inflammatory markers in the blood of these elders, the results showed levels comparable not to people in their 60s or 70s, but to individuals in their 40s. All from a set of movements that take just 12 to 15 minutes before bed. No equipment, no gym membership, no expensive injections, just consistency. Today, I'm going to walk you through these 5 movements step by step. But I won't just show you how to do them. I'll also explain the science behind them, the cultural wisdom from Japan, and how you can adapt them no matter your current age or flexibility. Because here is the truth. It is never too late to reclaim mobility and feel younger again. So grab a comfortable spot on the floor, or even your bed, keep an open mind, and let us dive into the 5 nightly movements that could quite literally roll back the clock on your body. But first, I want to ask you something important. Right now, as you're watching this, tell me in the comments, what S1 daily movement that become harder for you over the years? Maybe it's standing up from the floor. Maybe it's turning your head to check traffic while driving. Maybe it's something simple, like reaching behind your back to scratch an itch. I want to know, because I read every single comment, and I'll reply to as many as I can. All right, let's get started with movement number 5. Move number 5, the seated forward fold, the nightly reset. We're going to start with what Japanese elders call their nightly reset button. It's officially known as the seated forward fold, and at first glance, it looks so simple you might think it couldn't possibly make a difference. But stick with me, because this stretch is the foundation for everything that comes after. Here's how you do it. Sit down on the floor with your legs extended straight out in front of you. If sitting on the floor feels uncomfortable, you can sit on a folded blanket or cushion. Japanese elders do this all the time. Comfort comes before perfection. Sit tall, as though a string is pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Your spine should be long and upright, not slouched. Slowly, gently, begin walking your hands forward along your legs. Don't bounce, don't push, don't strain. Just move forward with your breath and let gravity do the work. Hold this position for about 2 to 3 minutes while breathing deeply into your belly. Each exhale allows your body to relax a little further. Now let me explain why this is so powerful. Researchers at Kyoto Medical Center discovered that when this position is held for just a few minutes, it triggers something called a myofascial release response. Your body is wrapped in a thin layer of connective tissue called fascia, and over time, that tissue becomes stiff, tangled, and restrictive. It's one of the hidden culprits behind chronic stiffness and back pain. But this stretch gently loosens and reorganizes that fascia, almost like untangling a knotted rope. In one study, adults over 65 who practiced this stretch nightly for 6 months increased their forward reach by over 4 inches on average. More importantly, their reported back pain scores dropped by more than half. Imagine cutting your back pain by 50% just by doing one stretch before bed. And here's the kicker. This works best right before sleep. Why? Because as bedtime approaches, your body temperature naturally lowers. Muscles and connective tissues become more pliable, like warm taffy. That's when you get the best results. Now, I want to reassure you. If you can't touch your toes right now, that's okay. Start by reaching for your knees. Over time, you'll progress to your shins, then your ankles. Your body learns by consistency, not by force. Japanese elders know this secret. They never force the stretch. They let the body trust the movement first. So make this your reset button. Think of it as hitting refresh on your lower back and hamstrings before bedtime. Move. 4. The lying spinal twist. The realignment. Next, we move to one of the most deceptively simple poses. The lying spinal twist. Here's how it works. Lie flat on your back with both knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Drop both knees slowly to one side while keeping your shoulders pressed firmly into the ground. Stretch your arms out wide in a T position. Hold this twist for about 90 seconds, breathing deeply, then switch sides. On the outside, it looks like you're just lying there. But inside your body, something remarkable is happening. Researchers at the Tokyo Institute of Gerontology placed sensors along people's spines during this movement. They found it creates something called intervertebral decompression. In simple terms, it gives your spinal discs, the cushions between your vertebrae, a chance to breathe and rehydrate. Think about it. All day long, gravity compresses your spine. By bedtime, you're actually about half an inch shorter than you were when you woke up. This twist gently pulls apart those compressed discs, like separating 2 suction cups that have been pressed together all day. Fresh fluid flows back in, nourishing and restoring your spine. And the benefits aren't just theoretical. In a study of 450 adults over 60 with chronic back stiffness, more than 70% reported feeling taller in the morning after 3 months of nightly spinal twists. Even better, participants reported real-world improvements, being able to check blind spots while driving, reaching into the back seat of the car, or simply turning around without wincing. The key here is to breathe into the side of your rib cage that's being stretched. Imagine expanding that rib cage like a balloon with each inhale. This not only deepens the twist, but also loosens the tiny muscles between your ribs, called the intercostals. Over years of shallow breathing and poor posture, those muscles freeze up, and this twist helps free them. Again, don't force anything. Japanese elders often place a pillow between their knees during this twist to keep the pelvis aligned and reduce strain. Small modifications make big differences. Move number 3, the cat-cow flow, the spinal wave. Our third movement might take you back to your childhood. It's the cat-cow flow, a simple yet powerful way to teach your spine to move like it was designed to. Here's how. Get down on your hands and knees in a tabletop position. As you inhale, let your belly drop toward the floor, lifting your chest and tailbone. This is the cow position. As you exhale, round your spine toward the ceiling, tucking your chin and pulling your belly button inward. This is the cat position. Keep flowing back and forth with your breath for 2 full minutes. It may feel basic, but studies from Osaka University show this movement increases circulation of cerebrospinal fluid, the fluid that cushions and cleanses your brain and spinal cord, by nearly 40%. Better circulation means less stiffness, less brain fog, and even lower risk of neurodegenerative diseases. In a 1-year study of older adults, those who did cat-cow flows nightly reduced morning stiffness by 67%, improved balance by 31%, and reported sleeping better by nearly 45%. Why sleep? Because when your spine moves fluidly, your body tosses and turns less at night. You stay in deeper, restorative sleep cycles. Think of this as oiling your spine. Each wave-like motion lubricates the joints from the inside out. Japanese elders often visualize themselves as seaweed moving gently in ocean currents. This helps them keep the motion fluid instead of mechanical. If your wrists feel tender, that's normal. You can modify by resting on your forearms or placing a folded towel under your hands. Again, the Japanese approach is always to adapt, not skip. Move number 2, ankle and hip circles, the forgotten joints. Now let's target areas most people completely ignore, the ankles and hips. Start with ankle circles. Sit on your bed or chair, extend one leg, and make 10 circles clockwise, 10 counterclockwise. Switch legs, then hip circles. Lie on your back, bend one knee toward your chest, and slowly circle it outward, 5 times clockwise and 5 counterclockwise. Switch legs. Why does this matter? Your ankles have 26 bones and 33 joints, yet most people lose up to 70% of ankle mobility by their 60s. That loss doesn't just affect your ankles, it travels up the chain, causing knee pain, hip tightness, and balance problems. In a 3-year study at Nagoya University, elders who practiced nightly ankle circles had 73% fewer falls, 23% faster walking speed, and 41% less knee pain compared to those who didn't. Meanwhile, the hip circles re-lubricate the ball and socket joint in ways walking can't. Walking moves your hips forward and back. These circles rotate them in all directions, which is exactly what keeps them mobile long-term. Move number 1. The wall legs elevation, the miracle position. Finally, the movement that stunned researchers, legs up the wall. Here's how. Lie on your back with your butt about 6 inches from the wall. Place your legs up the wall and let them rest there for 3 to 5 minutes. That's it. No movement required, but inside, your body is transforming. Studies at the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology found this position increases synovial fluid, your joint's natural lubricant, by 43%, reduces morning pain by over 60%, and improves sleep quality by 50%. Why? Because it drains lymphatic fluid from your legs, reducing inflammation, and decompresses your spine at the same time. It's like getting a gentle traction treatment without leaving your bed. Closing, your invitation to youthful movement. So there you have it. 5 simple movements that take just 12-15 minutes before bed. The Japanese elders who do these nightly aren't exercising in the way we usually think about it. They see it as maintenance, as routine and non-negotiable as brushing their teeth. Do this nightly, and within weeks you'll feel the difference. In months, you'll move differently. In a year, you might shock your friends and family with how youthful and flexible you've become. Remember, aging doesn't mean inevitable stiffness and pain. Your body has an incredible ability to regenerate if you give it the right input. So tell me in the comments, which of these movements are you most excited to try tonight? And what is the one motion you love to make easier again, whether it's sitting on the floor, turning your neck, or just standing tall without pain? Your journey starts tonight. with just 12 minutes and a little consistency.